afternoon. My name is Mrs. Straite, and I'm going to be showing you how to do a drawing today that I hope you try at home. And I'm going to be taking my mask off because Autumn and I are at a distance, and I want to be able to talk to you and have you understand what I'm saying. So just put that down. And you might think that you aren't an artist. Well, you can be. One thing that you need to do as an artist is really look carefully at what you're going to be painting or drawing, unless you're going to do something abstract. And just think about what you're doing, think about the colors, about the design. And one of the big things to do is just enjoy it. So since we're near Lake Erie, we're going to be doing a water picture today. And we're going to start with the sky. Now, one of the exciting things about living here is seeing sunsets. So I thought today, instead of just doing a blue sky, we're going to do a sunset. If you were doing a regular sky in the daytime, you would probably start with dark blue up this way and then come down to a lighter blue. But again, we're going to do this differently. Now, I'm going to be using chalk, and you may think, oh, I don't have chalk to use. That's okay. If you've got crayons, or if you've got paints, or if you just have a pencil that has a black lead, you could still do this just in various shades of gray, and you could have a beautiful picture that way. And remember, you are an artist who is different than this artist, so your picture is going to look different, which is great. Okay, all artists' works are different from all other artists' works. So yours is going to be fantastic the way it is. All right. I'm going to start with a light blue. And I'm going to take my hand and rub the color. Now, sunsets are orange and sometimes purple, red, yellow. So I'm just going to start with orange. Just pick a color that you like. That's actually kind of a red-orange. And notice I didn't make the line straight across, because when you look at a sunset, there aren't lines like you would see straight lines like on steps. They are kind of up and down. And if you're going to be putting white clouds in your picture, make sure that you leave some white areas unless you are layering your paints or whatever you're using. So I'll put some more red here. Notice that's darker. And let's put some yellow. Now see what happens when I lay the yellow over the red? The colors blend together and I've got a new orange. So I'm going to swirl my colors here. And I'm going to put a little more yellow because this is where the sun's going to be. And if you don't go all the way to the edge of your paper, that's all right. Okay, we're going to put the lake on now. And so I'm going to go with a blue that's a bit darker than up here in the sky. Now that is pretty much straight across. We have the horizon here where it looks as though the earth and the sky meet. That's one way to remember horizontal and vertical, those two words. If it's vertical, it's up and down. If you say horizontal, what does that mean? it means that it's the same as a horizon. It goes across. So we'll smooth that out a bit. And you might see that where the yellow and the blue mix, we're going to get a new color. We're going to make green. All right, we're going to be going to the beach now. So I'm going to use a light brown. And again, my lines aren't straight because if you see sand or however the beach might be around here, it's not perfectly flat. It's not really straight. So I went all the way to the bottom. Now, I'm going to put another color on there, just a little bit. I think I'll put a little bit of yellow because sand isn't all the same color. And I'm blending it together. And then, let's see, I think I'll put a little hill over here. Now that's a hill of sand. And let's go down here. I just put a different shade of brown on there. Now it doesn't look as flat. But something I didn't do in the water that I'm going to do right now is, what do you think I should put on there? How about a reflection? And sometime notice if you're out at the lake, if you see the sun there and it's sunset time, that reflection always is in front of you. It isn't like, the reflection's down in front of my friend over here, but it's not in front of me. No, it's always in front of you. So we'll put this in the center. Now, we have to think, what else are we going to put in this picture? It's great the way it is, but we need some more things too. So I want you to be thinking, what can I put in there? Well, I'm going to put some grass in mine. Again, you don't have to do this. You may, get some good ideas of your own. When I make something that grows, I like to do it from the bottom of where it grows and up. So I take my chalk, and as I pull it up, I lift it off, and that makes it come to a point more on the grass. If you go out to Presque Isle, to the peninsula, you'll see grass growing on the beach in some places, along with some other plants. And we can pretend maybe there's a vine down here of some kind, and we can make some squiggles. And then we can take some darker green, and it makes it more interesting, and put some shadows on there. Now the shadows on the ground, though, aren't going to be green. Those are going to be the color of the sand. So I think I should make that a little bit darker. Let's try this a little bit darker here. And since the sun is going down, we will have more shadows. Now sometimes, if you want to put other things in a picture and you think, oh, that's too hard to do, you can use silhouettes. You can make just the outline of the objects and then fill it in. So we can do that out here as well. Maybe we have somebody who's running down to the water. Let's see. I'll make this person. This person's going to be kind of close to us, so he's going to be kind of large. Maybe he's running down to meet a friend. Make sure he's wearing a mask. That's important. And you might think, how can I make a person running? You can be your own model. You can think, how would I be if I was going like this or like this or whatever. Think, how are my arms? You can have maybe a brother or sister also model for you. You think, oh, this is easy to do. It's just a little bit of a stick figure. And I'm going to put a few footprints on the sand here. This person has come across. And I'm going to put, well, let me see here. I'm going to put in the sky just a few streaks. See, when you have one part done, you can go back and do other things too. Those are some of the clouds for the sunset. But let's put some seagulls in. Now, seagulls can be pretty easy to do. I make just a little curved line and another curved line like that. And then just, it's often good to do things in odd numbers, like 3, 5, 1. It's more interesting than doing things in 2, 4, 6, 8, and so forth, depending on what you're drawing. All right, let's see, what other kinds of things do we want to put in there? Maybe a little bit of driftwood. So, I'm going to take a piece of my dark brown. This would be more gray if we were doing it like real driftwood. And lay pieces. And of course, here at Northeast, we see a lot of hello again. We were apart for just a little bit, but we're going to be doing just a little bit more on here, just to make it maybe a little more interesting, and so whoever's looking at your picture can tell what it is a little more. So I'm going to add just a few little strokes here to the driftwood. And then I'm going to put a silhouette of a boat out in the lake. Not a lot of detail, but it adds some interest to the side here, and you can tell, I think, that that is a boat. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I'm excited to have you do this, get some good ideas of your own, and then maybe sometime you could bring your pictures over here to the library and show the folks who work here what a wonderful job that you did as an artist. Thank you.